Someone who's staying focused on the important issues and not getting distracted like some idiot dog when it sees a squirrel.
You know, this is after 4 of these things. I've been, in all fairness, I'm a human being, right?
Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Ricky Martin. If you stole their album on LimeWire, they're probably endorsing Kamala Harris.
Did you hear about Peanut the Squirrel's untimely demise? While we're all busy mourning a rodent, Trump's over here threatening to become America's nutty dictator. Yep, you heard that right. But wait, there's more. We've got Kamala Harris bringing out the big guns. And by guns, I mean Katy Perry and Oprah. Talk about a star-studded closer. Meanwhile, Trump's busy getting handsy with his mic. It's like a political circus, folks, and we've got front row seats. So Kamala Harris is stepping up her game with a little help from her famous friends. Picture this. Our VP hopeful on stage, surrounded by more stars than you'd find at a Scientology convention. We're talking Katy Perry and Oprah, folks. What's next? A TikTok dance challenge with AOC. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't elections supposed to be about boring stuff like policies and budgets? You know, the things that actually affect our lives. But no, apparently we're living in some bizarre alternate reality where pop stars and talk show hosts are the key to winning the White House.
Leaning on some big names like Katy Perry, Oprah, Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin, The Roots, and others to help get her across the finish line.
But Kamala, it's a message of unity, hope, and check out who my friends are.
Let's break down this celebrity circus, shall we? We've got Katy Perry probably belting out I Kissed a Girl, while Harris awkwardly bops along. Real presidential stuff, folks. I can just imagine the campaign slogans. Vote for me, I've got cool friends. And then there's Oprah. Maybe she'll give everyone a car if Harris wins. You get a car, you get a car, you get a functioning democracy. Actually, that last one doesn't sound too bad. Maybe Oprah should run instead. But here's the kicker. While Harris is playing Hollywood, our favorite orange turd is over in his corner, ranting about fluoride? Yep, you heard that right. Trump's latest conspiracy theory involves the government poisoning our precious bodily fluids. I guess when you're trailing in the polls, you'll grab onto any crazy idea that floats by.
Crooks and horrible people. She's a dumb person. Guys like Adam Shifty Schiff. He'll probably be a senator. Can you believe it? Watermelon head. What?
You know, I guess you'd be grouchy too if you had to do all your campaign events encased in glass like a stick of deodorant at Walgreens.
Turns out Harris might be onto something with her star-studded strategy. Latest polls show her leading Trump by a whisker. Maybe star power does trump water additives after all. Who knew that the key to saving democracy was a few catchy pop tunes and some free cars? But let's not get too excited. We've still got a long way to go before Election Day, and if there's one thing we've learned, it's that polls are about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. Plus, let's face it, Trump's supporters would vote for him even if he started claiming the moon was made of cheese. Actually, that might be his next campaign promise.
You spent 2 years talking about tariffs, and now you're like, oh, by the way, the guy with brainworms is in charge of everybody's health.
Kennedy tweeted the Trump administration would, quote, advise all U.S. water systems to remove fluoride from public water on day one. The CDC recommends fluoride in water as a cost-effective way to improve oral health.
Speaking of our favorite grumpy Trumpy, let's see what other nonsense Donnie Diapers has been up to lately. Spoiler alert, it involves a microphone stand and some very questionable behavior. You thought Trump couldn't get any weirder? Well, our orange friend just took his relationship with inanimate objects to a whole new level. And trust me, this time it's not just about grabbing things. Picture this, Trump at one of his rallies, all fired up and ready to rant about, well, everything. But instead of his usual tirade about immigrants or crooked politicians, he gets distracted by something shiny and metal. Yep, you guessed it. Our former president decided to get up close and personal with his microphone stand.
RFK Jr. I said, Bobby, you work on women's health, you work on health, you work on what we eat, you work on pesticides, you work on everything. Demonic party. And I have this piece of glass here, and to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news.
Now, I'm no expert on proper microphone etiquette, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to use it, unless he's auditioning for America's Got Talent Politicians Edition. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, actually said, I hate to say it, but can we please go back to the hand job routine, please? Wow, Donnie Diapers, tell us how you really feel about that mic stand. But wait, there's more. While he's busy with his new metal friend, he's also making some pretty wild promises. Apparently, Trump's brilliant plan for healthcare is to hand it over to RFK Jr. That's right, folks. Our grumpy Trumpy declared, oh, by the way, RFK Jr. is going to do all the president stuff. Because nothing says, make America great again, like putting a guy known for spouting conspiracy theories in charge of your health. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more bizarre, Trump throws in this little gem. Bobby, I gotta work the liquid gold. You're not going to touch that. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure I want to know what liquid gold is in Trump's world. Maybe it's his secret stash of Diet Coke? So there you have it, folks. Trump's closing argument for why he should be president again.
That's why, Jordan, to make my vote be the most powerful, I'll be voting after the election.
Make out sessions with microphone stands and putting conspiracy theorists in charge of your health. It's like he's playing some twisted game of how to lose an election in 10 days. But let's not forget about the real victim in all this. Poor Peanut the Squirrel. While Trump's busy fondling Mike stands, his supporters are up in arms about a euthanized rodent. Yep, you heard that right. The New York Department of Environmental Conservation had to put down a pet squirrel after it bit an official, and now Trump's base is crying foul. One supporter even dramatically declared, we must avenge the death of Peanut the Squirrel, because apparently that's the most pressing issue in American politics right now.
We haven't talked about this at all in the last 700 days, but suddenly the thing that's been normal in this country for 80 years, it's like, we're gonna get rid of that on day one.
Civil rights for squirrels, a man's right to give a consenting microphone a blowjob, and Donald Trump is speaking to and or sucking off these issues.
Some Trump fans are even asking, did the Democrats murder the Elon Musk of squirrels? I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure Elon Musk has opposable thumbs and a Twitter account. Last time I checked, Peanut didn't have either. Well, folks, we've reached the nutty end of this political circus. On one side, we've got Kamala and her Hollywood squad trying to jazz up democracy. On the other, there's Trump, who's apparently found true love with a microphone stand. Who knew inanimate objects could be so seductive? But let's not forget the real tragedy here.
I mean, you know a campaign has gone off the rails when you go to watch C-SPAN and it asks if you're over 18.
The one thing you have to let me do, Bobby, I gotta work the liquid gold. You're not gonna touch that.
Poor Peanut the Squirrel. While we're all busy arguing about celebrities and mic fondling, a furry little friend bit the dust. Trump supporters are calling it political murder because clearly that's the biggest issue facing America right now. So remember, your vote counts, unless you're a squirrel. Sorry, Peanut, you may be gone, but at least you're not around to see this nutty election. Stay tuned, America. This whole thing is shaping up to be crazier than a squirrel on espresso. Grumpy Trumpy and his mic romance might just be the tip of the acorn.